5-finger exercises. Lines to a Persian cat. The songsters of the air repair to the green fields of Russell Square. Beneath the trees there is no ease for the dull brain, the sharp desires, and the quick eyes of woolly bear. There is no relief but in grief. Oh, when will the creaking heart cease? When will the broken chair give ease? Why will the summer day delay? When will time flow away? Lines to a Yorkshire Terrier. In a brown field stood a tree, and the tree was crooked and dry, and a black sky from a green cloud. Natural forces shrieked aloud, screamed, rattled, muttered endlessly. Little dog was safe and warm under a Crichton eiderdown. Yet the field was cracked and brown, and the tree was cramped and dry. Follicle dogs and cats all must jealousal cats and dogs all must like undertakers come to dust. Here a little dog I pause, heaving up my prior pause and sleep endlessly. Lines to a duck in the park. The long light shakes across the lake. The forces of the morning quake. The dawn is slant across the lawn. Here is no eft or mortal snake, but only sluggish duck and drake. I have seen the morning shine. I have had the bread and wine. Let the feathered mortals take at which is their mortal due. Pinching bread and finger too, easier had than squirming worm. For I know, and so should you, that soon the inquiring worm shall try our well-preserved complacency. Lines to Ralph Hodgson, Esquire. How delightful to meet Mr. Hodgson. Everyone wants to know him, with his musical sound and his Baskerville hound, which just at a word from his master will follow you faster and faster, and tear you limb from limb. How delightful to meet Mr. Hodgson, who is worshipped by all waitresses. They regard him as something apart, while on his palate fine he presses the juice of the gooseberry tart. How delightful to meet Mr. Hodgson. Everyone wants to know him. He has 999 canaries, and round his head finches and fairies in jubilant rapture skim. How delightful to meet Mr. Hodgson. Everyone wants to meet him. Lines for Cuss Caraway and Mirza Murad Ali Beg. How unpleasant to meet Mr. Eliot, with his features of a clerical cut, and his brow so grim, and his mouth so prim, and his conversation so nicely restricted to what precisely, and if, and perhaps, and but. How unpleasant to meet Mr. Eliot, with a bobtail cur, and a coat of fur, and a poor Bentine cat, and a wopsicle hat. How unpleasant to meet Mr. Eliot, whether his mouth be open or shut. And it's important to always consider how one's interaction might be for the individuals that you're interacting with. And sometimes it's good to, have some curiosity that you provide for people.